There is a moment, and most people have been there, where you have done everything right. You showed up, you prayed, you worked, you waited, and nothing seems to be moving. Not a sign, not a shift, not even a hint that what you are building is real. And in that silence, the most dangerous thought appears. Maybe it is not working. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I should give up. This video is for that moment, because what I want to show you today is that the silence is not the end of the story. It is one of the most important parts of it. Let me ask you something. When a seed is planted underground, before it ever breaks the surface, is it growing? Of course it is. It is building roots, anchoring, preparing for everything it is about to become. But if you looked at the ground, you would see nothing, just dirt. And if you did not know better, you would assume nothing was happening. You might even dig it up and just to check, which of course would destroy the very thing that was about to emerge. The most significant growth in your life almost always happens in seasons that look like nothing. Think about the last time your life changed in a meaningful way. Was there a long, quiet season before it? A season of confusion, of waiting, of feeling stuck? For most people, the answer is yes, because breakthroughs do not appear out of nowhere. They are built slowly, invisibly, underground. The silence you are in right now might not be evidence that nothing is happening. It might be evidence that something significant is being prepared. Here is why the silence feels so threatening. We live in a world that measures everything by what is visible. Likes, numbers, results, metrics. We have been trained to believe that if something is not showing, it is not happening. And that training makes quiet seasons feel like failure, when in reality they are often preparation. There is a difference between stagnation and incubation. Stagnation is when nothing is growing because nothing is being planted. Incubation is when everything is growing and just underground. The problem is, from the outside, they look identical. Both look like nothing. The difference is what is happening beneath the surface. And here is the question you need to ask yourself right now. Are you actually stuck, or are you incubating? Because if you are still showing up, still doing the work, still trying, you are not stuck. You are loading. The first sign is not external. It is internal. Are you more patient than you were 6 months ago? More at peace with uncertainty? Less reactive? More grounded? That is progress. It does not show up on a scoreboard, but it is real, and it is building the foundation for everything that is coming next. The second sign is simpler than you think. You are still here. You did not quit. You showed up today even when it felt pointless. That is not nothing. That is everything. The people who eventually break through are not always the most talented or the most gifted. They are the ones who stayed, who kept showing up after everyone else stopped watching. The third sign is the one most people miss. When something is getting harder, not easier, that is often because you are getting closer. Resistance is not a sign to stop. It is a sign that what you are building is real, and that the gap between where you are and where you are going is closing. The hardest part of any process is always right before the shift, not at the beginning, when you are full of energy. Right before the breakthrough, when you are running on empty. So how do you actually stay in the process when you cannot see any progress? First, change what you measure. Stop measuring only visible results. Start measuring consistency, character, and capacity. Are you more capable than you were last year? That is the real metric. Second, use your history as evidence. Think about the hardest season of your life. How you survived it, and something came from it. Even if it was just wisdom, that history is not just a story. It is proof that you get through hard things. Use it. Third, take one step in the direction of what you want, not the whole path. One step. Because action breaks the paralysis of uncertainty more reliably than any mindset shift. You cannot think your way out of a season that requires movement. You have to move. I want to leave you with this. The process is working. Even when you cannot see it, even when you cannot feel it, even when every sign seems to say otherwise, something is being built in you right now that could not be built any other way. In the easy seasons. In the comfortable ones, only in this one. So do not leave before the arrival. Do not dig up the seed. Do not mistake the silence for the answer. The silence is the last part of the process, and you are almost through it. Never forget, you are stronger than you think. Talk comments still here. if this video found you at the right moment. Hit like if this gave you something to hold on to. Subscribe. New videos every week.